history is full of firsts.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Many of those firsts shaped our way of life. For 70 years, KPRC Channel 2 has been proud to be pioneers in shaping television and Houston history.
In a state the size of Texas, I hope everyone can enjoy.
Calls in the storms Thursday. Minutes before 9 o'clock, the crew's here telling them.
This is the first time in a long they had 11. As soon as some of your men.
Isn't it good to work for a place that has a sense of history? And indeed it is.
See, taking the president from Spring to College Station following.
If you have something you'd like Channel 2 Investigates to check out, call the tip line at 713-223-TIPS or email investigates@click2houston.com. Live from KPRC, this is Channel 2 News Today.
This morning, 2 undercover officers are safe after a group of men opened fire on them with an AK-47 on Houston's south side. How this wild shooting got started and what police are saying about the men they now have in custody.
This morning, a federal judge has dealt a major blow to a group of homeowners hoping to get compensation after Hurricane Harvey. Why the judge tossed out a lawsuit over the massive releases of water that damaged West Harris County homes.
This morning, candidates getting ready for the 9th Democratic debate. Today, a newcomer shaking things up where Michael Bloomberg falls in a new set of polls.
Good morning. It's Wednesday, February 19th at 4:30. I'm Owen Plenty.
Good morning. I'm Tanaya Wright. Eric is in with the check on the roads. Hello.
Hello, good morning. Halfway through the week, which is always a good thing. And so far, so good. I mean, it's 4:30 in the morning. We've got a long way to go.
What could go wrong?
No,
Yeah,
it's still
exactly.
early.
But no, we're doing okay out there.
Yeah, weather-wise, big change. So winter has returned. It's a little cool out there. We're waking up in the 50s compared to that 71 degrees that you woke up to yesterday. So grab your coat and also your umbrella. Right now, we're just tracking some light sprinkles. It's not going to slow you down too much, but we'll have more rain showers filter in throughout the day. That's a live look at our tower camera here at Channel 2 News. Overcast skies. Don't expect to see a lot of sunshine over the next 2 days, but it will be back just in time for the weekend. Right now, we're waking up to 58 degrees here in Houston, 63 degrees in Galveston, 54 in Conroe, and 60 degrees in Sugar Land. So all of us experiencing that big cool down with our winds kicking in from the north. On Exact Track radar, the rainfall that we have right now, it is extremely light. I mean, we're talking sprinkles. Right now, we're tracking a few of them on the northeast side of the loop and also a few sprinkles that are approaching 290. As I said, though, we'll see more showers mix in throughout the day. Temperature-wise, we're going to stay in the 50s for the majority of the day. So what you feel outside right now is very similar to what you're going to feel throughout the day. Not a big warm up, maybe 60 degrees this afternoon, and then we'll bring things back down to the 50s as we head into the evening forecast. Eric knows that our rain chance is going up as we go into the afternoon. We'll take a look at that coming up. Over to you.
All right, Britta, thank you very much, and happy Wednesday to you. We are halfway through the work week. We've got to get through the morning drive this morning, and if you are an early morning commuter out the door in the next few minutes, at least at this point, we don't have any issues for you to deal with. No crashes, anything like that. 610 loop, north to south, east to west, looking fine. I-10, this is the East Freeway at Cedar Lane. No problems whatsoever. In fact, every highway around Houston at this hour looking about the same. 23 minutes in from the Woodlands. That drive in from Baytown on I-10 is a 16-minute drive, 19 minutes from Clear Lake on the Gulf Freeway, and a short 10 minutes in from Pearland. Enjoy that one while it does last, because we all know it gets pretty hectic on that freeway later in the morning. Back to you guys.
All right, Eric, great, thank you. 4:33. Of course, some breaking news today. 2 officers are safe after police say a group of gunmen shot at them with some AK-47s and pistols on the south side of Houston.
Officers say they found the guns in 2 cars about a mile away from that shooting. Channel 2's Sophia Ojeda joins us now live from Lydia Street and Spring Hill, where those officers were almost shot. So, Sophia, can you tell us how this all started?
Yeah, Houston police say this all started when those officers were patrolling a nearby park. They'd noticed 2 vehicles leaving the park late last night, followed them for a traffic stop, and a short time later, that's when those shots rang out. This was the scene here, just cleared here on Lydia. This is the 3500 block of Lydia, just cleared. Investigators were here taking pictures and gathering evidence. This is where they say those shooters opened fire on officers. Houston police say this happened after 11 o'clock last night. 2 officers were patrolling Spots Park nearby. They noticed those 2 vehicles, a red car with Virginia plates, a black car with paper plates. They followed them here to Lydia Street and Spring Hill, where they lost them. That's when officers heard gunshots. Police say they were being shot at from 2 different locations. They jumped out of the car, took cover. Police say they later found an AK-47 down the street, and 2 vehicles were found on Amos. Weapons were also found in those cars.
Yes, the police vehicle got struck approximately 2 to 3 times, but no one was hurt. So we got lucky in that incident.
Yeah, again, officers were not hit. Also, officers did not return fire. We are told that 3 people are now in custody for questioning. No word yet on any charges. Reporting live in Southeast Houston, Sophia Ojeda, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
Thank you, Sophia. Also breaking this morning, a 17-year-old is dead this morning after being shot multiple times in Channelview. Harris County deputies tell us they found that teen last night on Paseo Azul Street, right near Rancho Grande Drive. Deputies say that there were many shots fired. The scene littered in evidence markers for the bullet casings. As of right now, there's no suspect information and no word as to why that teen was shot.
Well, it's 4:35. A devastating blow to thousands of homeowners in West Harris County. A federal judge has dismissed a lawsuit filed against the Army Corps of Engineers over the release of water from the Addicks and Barker reservoirs. The Army Corps of Engineers says the releases were necessary to protect the integrity of the dams. The court says it is sympathetic to those homeowners, but it says the government just can't be held responsible for an act of God in this case. A judge will hold a conference today to explain the ruling. New this morning, officers are searching for the suspect who intentionally drove into a gas station, a gas pump that is, and then right into the front of the convenience store. Officers tell us the store owner at that point fought back. So this was the Texaco station, Fulton at Berry. Around 10 last night on the north side. Officers were at the gas station when the suspect rammed the pump and then, as I said, drove right into the front of the store. The store owner shot at the truck as it was driving into the place. It's unknown if there were any injuries.
This morning, a family in Brazoria County just wants some answers after a prison correctional officer was found shot to death at Follett Beach. The sheriff's office says that they found 60-year-old Dennis Taylor's body last Thursday. His family says he was loved by everyone, and they say they just don't know why something like this happened to him.
If anybody's that, please let us know if something would have happened to my uncle. He's a hero and he deserves to be treated as such.
Anyone with any information is asked to call the Brazoria County Sheriff's Office. Turning now to Decision 2020. All eyes are on Las Vegas right now, where the 9th Democratic presidential debate will be held tonight.
Yeah, and there'll be a newcomer on the stage, Michael Bloomberg, who just qualified just the day before, and he'll be on stage for that debate. And there's a new poll, too, out shaking things up a bit. It shows now Senator Bernie Sanders, a sole frontrunner, if you will, with 27%. Joe Biden in second place there at 15%. And now Michael Bloomberg in third with 14%. 18%, actually tied there if you look at that with Elizabeth Warren. Many of the candidates have been blasting Mike Bloomberg for spending nearly $400 million of his own money on his campaign. He's probably seen the commercials. That's a topic most likely they'll talk about tonight.
I actually thought he should be on the debate stage because I don't think you should just be able to buy your way to the presidency.
You know, Mr. Bloomberg has every right in the world to run for president of the United States. He's an American citizen. But I don't think he has the right to buy this election.
You can watch the debate moderated by Lester Holt, Chuck Todd, and Hallie Jackson of NBC News tonight at 8 o'clock here on Channel 2. Our own Sion Rhodes is in Nevada for the debate, and she'll bring us highlights tomorrow morning here on Channel 2 News Today.
President Trump also hitting the campaign trail today. He is holding a Keep America Great rally at the Veterans Memorial Coliseum in Phoenix. Arizona, which is historically a Republican stronghold, is seen as a battleground state in this year's election. A new poll shows that President Trump's approval rating stands at 47%, which is tied for his all-time high. SpaceX wants your next trip to be to outer space, but you have to have enough money to pay for it.
Coming up, the new deal that would send the ultra-rich deep into space. Britta?
And this morning, we are waking up winter cool. Yesterday, we were in the 70s at this point. We are waking up to the 50s, so grab your coat. You also need an umbrella. We'll take a look at your rain chances coming up. Good morning. Your time is 4:41. We are waking up to a few light sprinkles here in town. Grab your umbrella because our rain chances, they will be going up as we go throughout the day. Let's take a look at our futurecast model. Pausing the clock for school drop-off. A few showers are possible. You are going to notice that there's a better chance of rain for our north counties today. By 1 p.m., steady rain showers moving through Washington County up towards Montgomery County. I think we'll see more than what the futurecast is showing here in the metro area, but our rain chance here in the metro area just slightly lower than our north counties at about 30 to 40%. Good idea just to have that umbrella with you. Also keep your coat with you. Notice that our temperatures, they're going to be in the 50s for the majority of the day, maybe reaching about 60 degrees tonight, but a much different feel compared to yesterday. We'll take a look at the rest of the work week coming up.
Thank you, Britta. People across Galveston partying all weekend for Mardi Gras, but they're not done letting the good times roll just yet. This weekend is the Knights of MOMUS Grand Night Parade, and of course, we will be broadcasting it live right here on Channel 2 on Saturday night. You can tune in this weekend to see the floats, all the talented bands roll through the Strand. Our coverage starts Saturday at 6:30. Some thrill seekers who dream of flying into space and have really deep pockets might actually have a shot at it next year.
So SpaceX has signed a deal that would send 4 people aboard the Crew Dragon spacecraft into space. The passengers would have to squeeze into that tight quarters. It's just 13 feet across. They would spend 5 days in space and go farther away from Earth than any astronaut has in decades. There's no price yet, and there's no actual price tag. They just know it's going to be like tens of millions of dollars. So, yeah, I guess we're not really in the running.
No.
Hey, folks will not stop talking about the Astros sign-stealing scandal. I mean, like
it's been
players that don't even play baseball are talking about it.
No, LeBron James, he's got a message for baseball's commissioner about how this entire thing is being handled.
Monday.com today.
We've got some breaking news this morning. The coronavirus has now spread to a new country. Iran's semi-official news agency says authorities have confirmed its first 2 cases there. New numbers in the coronavirus crisis this morning. Now, this virus has now killed more than 2,000 people, all but 6 of them in mainland China. And it has infected more than 75,000, with over 1,000 cases outside of mainland China. The World Health Organization says it could take at least a year to find a vaccine for the coronavirus. But health officials maintain the disease does not pose a threat as deadly as SARS or MERS, that most of the coronavirus patients will likely make a full recovery.
446. Elsewhere around this country, President Trump's getting some backlash after passing out pardons and offering clemency to some white-collar criminals, including Eddie DeBartolo Jr., former owner of the San Francisco 49ers. who pleaded guilty in 1998 to failing to report a felony in a bribery case. Another pardon was given to former New York City Police Commissioner Bernard Kerik, who served time in prison for tax fraud and lying to officials. And former Illinois Governor Rod Blagojevich is back at his home in Chicago right now. The president commuted his 14-year sentence. Blago was convicted for attempting to sell former President Barack Obama's Senate seat. Illinois Republicans slammed the president's decision, calling Blagojevich the face of public corruption in Illinois. Jeanette Dubois, who played the vivacious neighbor Walona Woods on Good Times and composed and sang the theme song, Moving On Up for the Jeffersons, has died. She was believed to be 74. Apparently, she never told anybody her age. Police say Dubois appeared to die of natural causes at her home on Monday. She had a prolific career beyond the 70s and the hit Good Times. She won 2 Emmys along the way for her voice work on the WB series The PJs.
The NBA paid tribute to the late Kobe Bryant throughout All-Star Weekend in Chicago, and now they're going to donate to his foundations. In honor of all of the victims of that deadly helicopter crash that happened last month, the All-Star jerseys will be auctioned off, and that money is going to be donated to the Mamba on 3 Fund, as well as the Mamba and Mambacita Sports Foundation. The Astros sign-stealing fallout continues to dominate conversations surrounding baseball.
Yeah, like all of them.
Yeah.
The Commissioner, Rob Manfred, spoke with media in Arizona, saying he's surprised by the strong negative reaction from other teams, and once again explained why the league chose not to punish the Astros players involved.
One of the principal complaints seems to be that the Houston players were not disciplined, and, you know, that lack of discipline, the immunity, was negotiated with the union that represents players.
Okay, so here's one for you. LeBron James is joining the conversation, calling Manfred out on Twitter, saying he'd be irate if someone cheated him out of a title. LeBron went on to say, listen here, baseball commissioner. Listen to your players speaking today about how disgusted, mad, hurt, broken, et cetera, about this. Literally, the ball is in your court, or should I say field, in parentheses. And you need to fix this for the sake of sports.
Time right now is 4:48 this morning, but the Astros players themselves, they want nothing more to do than to focus on spring training and just put all of this behind them. Here's our Vanessa Richardson with more on how the team plans to move forward.
Good morning and welcome into the Xfinity Sports Desk. Here's what's happening. Well, Astros spring training has had plenty of storylines. Josh Reddick finally getting healthy is certainly one of them. This week we heard from Reddick, who along with his teammate Michael Brantley echoed what folks have said all along. This organization will be fine and will be able to move on quickly so long as they win.
You know, I think the biggest thing, like I said last week, was we go out there and win, and we're not only earning the respect to a lot of people, but we'll get the respect out from ourselves as well. So winning is the biggest thing for us.
We're going to do this as a team. It's going to be a group effort every day. We have a good baseball team in this locker room and a lot of good players, so it's going to be fun.
And the Houston Rockets are really going all in on this small ball. They announced yesterday they signed Jeff Green to a 10-day contract. Green is a free agent, so this will give him the chance to see if he fits in with the Rockets. There's a good chance he might. He was a teammate to Harden and Westbrook back in Oklahoma City. Have a great day. We'll have more sports coverage coming up later in the day.
Thank you, Vanessa. Rockets teammates James Harden and Russell Westbrook gracing the March cover of GQ magazine. Look at them in a cover shoot. Hang on.
What's that face?
Rap duo Outcast.
Yeah,
Look at them.
It just grabbed my attention, that's all.
Well, GQ's actually calling them the most stylish duo in sports. Look at them. Their photo shoot with the magazine definitely showed off their style. I love on their Instagram post. In their interview, Harden and Westbrook reflect on their time with the OKC Thunder and what it's like being back together again. They also describe what makes up their personal style and even compare how much they spend on clothes every year. And I bet it's a lot. They are very...
Man, they could take over
high fashion.
French Vogue with that. That's amazing.
So I wonder if those are their own clothes or if they borrowed clothes for that shoot.
If they borrowed them, they probably bought them.
Probably.
After
that. I would just like to know if they styled themselves or if they had a stylist participate. They probably could have just styled themselves. Yeah.
We don't need it ourselves.
I'm impressed. Very cool. Very cool. Now I kind of need to step up my game. My goodness. I mean, that's pretty impressive stuff. Well, today we need to pull out some winter coats, so they'd be very comfortable. I mean, we have temperatures in the 50s, very different from yesterday. So be prepared for that. Also grab your umbrella. We have showers in the forecast for the day. I know, it is what it is, right?
It's not the cold this
Oh,
morning.
yeah.
You know
I mean, we're
like,
talking 50s. Yeah, this is tolerable. We can handle this easily. So here's the live look over downtown. Our Kaplan sinus relief camera. Temperature-wise are in the 50s, and we're going to stay in the 50s for the majority of the day. So definitely, you know, a little bit of a cool down compared to yesterday. This time yesterday, we were in the 70s. We have a few light sprinkles outside. Our rain chances, they'll be going up throughout the day, so make sure that you have your umbrella with you. We're at 58 degrees currently at Bush Airport, 63 degrees in Galveston, 54 degrees in Conroe, and 56 degrees currently in Tomball. You know what? Temperatures this morning are actually warmer than what you typically would have for a Friday morning, but it just feels cooler because of how warm it has been over the last few days. This is a 15-degree temperature difference for us here in Houston compared to yesterday, almost 20 degrees cooler in Walker County. So you're definitely going to notice the change of pace. We'll keep it in the 50s for the majority of the day. Notice that our rain chance is going up to 60% by 4 p.m. So again, we're expecting more rain after lunchtime, but the best chance of rain is going to be in our north counties. We have this front that's stalled off to the south of us, and what's happening is we have this cooler north breeze at the surface, but in the upper levels of the atmosphere, we're working in all this moisture. You can see the clouds and the rain pushing in from the southwest. So that warm air is riding over that cool air, and that creates the overcast skies, the light rainfall, and the constant showers. We're going to keep it pretty sloppy through Thursday. Tomorrow, most of the rainfall in the morning, and then we slowly dry out for Thursday night, and that gives way to a pretty beautiful Friday. It's going to be chilly with temperatures in the 50s, but beautiful sunshine, a little bit of a weekend warm up. We're back to the 60s for Saturday and Sunday. Beautiful weather if you are going to be celebrating Mardi Gras on the island. We're anticipating about a ½ inch of rainfall, an inch for our north counties, in additional rainfall for today and tomorrow. So again, no flooding concern. It's just going to be a little unsettled and a little gloomy over the next 2 days. There's a full look at your 10-day forecast. Thankfully, sunshine takes over. It's going to be a cold start to our Friday, Eric, but a beautiful afternoon with sunny skies. Just make sure you have your coat if you're going to be heading out and doing some celebrating. Over to you.
All right, good advice there, Britta. We'll just kind of set our sights on the weekend and sort of slog through the next couple of gray days. All right, take a look at your current traffic situation. We've got a lot of green on the map behind me. Katy Freeway looking good from the Grand Parkway through the Beltway, the Loop, and on into downtown. Only 22 minutes. So as you might expect, this is what it looks like on the Katy Freeway right at Gessner around the Memorial City area. Other freeways about the exact same. North Freeway at Cypress Wood. We don't have much traffic out there. Even 288 on the south side of town for you Pearland commuters, looking just fine this early in the morning. Not many cars to kind of slow things down, so it's only taking about 10 minutes to get into downtown from the Pearland area. And we're in the green, delay free across the board. No crashes out there to report. Back to you guys.
All right, Eric. One of the New York Yankees' newest hires is breaking barriers and making history.
Coming up, meet the first female hitting coach in the major leagues who is changing the game.
All right, we're back. A New York Yankees coach, a new coach, is pioneering this role for women in the majors.
That is right. Rachel Balkovich is believed to be the first woman hired as a full-time hitting coach by an MLB team. She says it was not easy to break into the sport, and she didn't receive any calls back for jobs until she changed her name from Rachel to Ray on her resume.
Oh, wow.
Wow, she was a former conditioning coach for the Astros AA team, the Corpus Christi Hooks.
All right, we've got a live look ahead this morning from Las Vegas, Nevada, where the candidates have been there all week working ahead of the debate tonight and then the caucuses this weekend with a newcomer in the debate, at least, Michael Bloomberg.
Coming up, we're going to hear from NBC correspondent who actually worked for Bloomberg. She's going to share her perspective.
Live from KPRC, this is Channel 2 News Today.
We have breaking news this morning. Undercover officers shot at by some guys with an AK-47. They called for backup. There was a chase. We'll show you who police have in custody now after it all went down on the south side of Houston.
A 17-year-old boy murdered in northeast Terrace County. How a deputy tried to save him after that teen was shot several times.
Now it's back to winter. Southeast Texas, considerably cooler this morning. Well, it's not cold, but we'll tell you when the rain will ramp up a little bit later. Britta's been telling you to take the umbrella with you. It's 5 o'clock right now on this Wednesday morning. Hi there, I'm Owen Conflent.
Good morning, I'm Tanaya Wright. Eric is in with a look on the roads. How are we looking?
We're looking good. We don't have any fog to deal with. We had that earlier in the week. We don't have any wet roadways, and so, yeah, we're fine. We have no crashes to speak of, so my job is easy so far.
Which we like to hear.
Just keep it going, keep it going. You know what? It definitely feels different this morning. We typically would be waking up in the 40s for a February morning, so it's not really cold, but you have to consider that we're waking up at 71 degrees yesterday, and it's almost 20 degrees cooler in a few areas this morning. So definitely a cooler start. That's a live look from our tower camera. We have overcast skies. Grab your coat and your umbrella. We're tracking a few light sprinkles. Not really enough to really drench the roadways by any means, but you might have to use your wipers from time to time. You can see how light they really are across Harris County and Montgomery County. We're at 57 degrees currently here in Houston, 52 in Navasota, 60 degrees in Sugar Land, and 64 degrees at the coast. The front has completely cleared through, so we have our winds coming in from the north, and that's creating that 15 to 20 degree temperature difference compared to yesterday morning. So you are going to feel that's a cooler start. That's a live look from our tower camera. We're expecting temperatures to stay in the 50s for the majority of the day. We might hit about 60 degrees this afternoon. And Eric knows that the rain chances, they're going up as we go into the afternoon, but not for everyone. We'll have details on where we're expecting most of our rain coming up.
All right, very good. Britta, thank you very much. As Britta mentioned, a few sprinkles out there, but overall the roadways, at least from our Houston TransStar cameras, looking pretty good. And the traffic map doesn't indicate any big problems out there. No crashes to speak of. This is the Southwest Freeway at Williams Trace, looking good. Just a few cars out there right now. And the Gulf Freeway, Scarsdale. No issues to speak of. Both directions flowing nicely on the southeast side of town. Same thing on 225 at Goodyear east side. Right near 610, flowing nicely. Outbound commute on the east side of town. Delay free right now. We're kind of ahead of the heart of the morning drive, but yeah, nothing to worry about. Inbound, same story. We're moving along at posted speed, so no delays on any of our drive times. Drive safely out there. Have a great Wednesday. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Eric. Some breaking news this morning. 3 men are in custody after police say they shot at an undercover officer with AK-47s.
And this all went down to the south side of the town off of Lydia and Spring Hill. It's where we find our Sophia Ojeda live this morning.
Good morning. Some really scary moments for those officers when those shots rang out as they scrambled for cover. This all started with officers patrolling nearby Spots Park. That's when they noticed 2 vehicles leaving the park late last night and followed them for a traffic stop. They followed them here to Lydia Street and Spring Hill, where they lost them. That's when officers heard several gunshots. Police say the bullets were coming from 2 locations. They jumped out, took cover, and backup arrived a short time later.
They called for units, and when the arrival, they recovered 1 rifle, AK-47, 2 pistols, and they found the 2 vehicles which were abandoned down the street on Amos.
Officers were not hit. Also, officers did not return fire. We know that 3 people are now in custody for questioning. No word yet if any charges have been filed. Reporting live in Southeast Houston, Sophia Ojeda, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
Thank you, Sophia. Also breaking this morning, dozens of evidence markers fill the streets of one Channelview neighborhood after deputies say a 17-year-old boy was shot and killed. This all happened near Rancho Grande Drive. Deputies arrived to that scene where they found the teen with multiple gunshot wounds. We're told one deputy applied 2 tourniquets to the victim before he was rushed to the hospital, but unfortunately, that teen later died. While there is little information right now on the shooting, deputies say they are working to get to the bottom of it.
We believe at least 2 suspects were involved in the shooting. We don't know what led to it, so it's still under investigation at this time. You know, our condolences and prayers are with the family as they're going through this situation.
If you know anything about this shooting, you're asked to give the Harris County Sheriff's Office a call.
It's 5:04. We've got some breaking news from Porterville, California, where a firefighter is dead and another is missing after a massive fire at a library. The fire was yesterday afternoon. And crews from the department responded and then initiated a second alarm because they needed some backup. And they've paused in the search. They're not searching for the firefighter right now because they're not sure the building's safe enough. The library was built back in 1953. It didn't have a sprinkler system installed. The cause of the fire is being investigated right now. Well, jury selection is set to begin in the murder case against Robert Durst. He's standing trial in the killing of his close friend Susan Berman. She was gunned down in her home in L.A. in 2000. Durst stood trial 15 years ago in Galveston for another murder. He was accused of shooting his neighbor, Morris Black, in the head, chopping up the body and tossing it into Galveston Bay. The jury, you'll remember, found Durst not guilty.
Time right now is 5:05 this morning. In Brazoria County, a family is now left heartbroken and with a lot of questions after a prison correctional officer was found shot to death. Last Thursday, the sheriff's office says the body of 60-year-old Dennis Taylor was discovered at Follett's Beach. The medical examiner's office say he died of a gunshot wound. Taylor's family says he was a beloved father, brother, and uncle, and they just want to know what happened.
If anybody's that, please let us know if something, what happened to my uncle. He's a hero and he deserves to be treated as such.
Anyone with any information is asked to call the Brazoria County Sheriff's Office.
An HISD substitute teacher accused of inappropriately touching students is scheduled for court today. Cameron Hake was working at Cunningham Elementary last January, and according to court documents, 9-year-old student says Hake touched her stomach and chest during class. Hake is the third HISD employee charged in recent weeks with indecency with a child. All 3 incidents occurred last January. The district did not say why it took 1 year from the time reports were made for those charges to be filed.
A local audio video technician says he got his stolen trailer back. This is a bit of good news this morning. We first told you about this story on Monday. Jason Lapasinska's trailer, which was worth about $6,000, was taken from a storage facility in Cyprus. Thousands of dollars worth of music equipment was inside. Now, unfortunately, that music gear is still missing, but he does have the trailer back. Harris County Precinct 4 is still searching for that equipment.
An investigation is underway into an apparent murder-suicide in Clear Lake. Houston police discovered an elderly couple dead in their home off Heatherdale Drive and El Dorado Boulevard. The woman was stabbed, the man was shot. Neighbors said the couple was in their 80s. The medical examiner's office will do an autopsy and toxicology reports to determine the cause of death. It's 5:07 now at Channel 2 News Today. Decision 2020, the Democratic presidential debate is tonight in Las Vegas, and candidate Michael Bloomberg will make his debate debut.
That he will. He qualified by surging in recent polls, including a new NBC Wall Street Journal poll. Now it shows Bloomberg tied with Senator Elizabeth Warren for 3rd place, and Senator Bernie Sanders as the frontrunner right now. Pete Buttigieg is in 4th. And says Bloomberg is going to face some tough questions during the debate.
Well, I think he has to answer for his treatment of others, for his language, and above all for an attitude that seems to have dismissed the humanity of a lot of people.
Coming up, we're going to hear from Stephanie Rule, an NBC News senior business correspondent who actually used to work for Bloomberg. She's going to share her perspective coming up at 5:40.
President Trump's also hitting the campaign trail today. This is some video of him arriving in Vegas, where he spent the night. He's holding a Keep America Great rally at the Veterans Memorial Coliseum in Phoenix, Arizona today. The state is historically a Republican stronghold, but is seen as a battleground state in this year's election. Hundreds of residents still out of their homes this morning as Mississippi deals with severe flooding.
Still ahead at 5. Now they're bracing for even more rain. When it's going to hit them all again.
And this morning, we are waking up to cooler temperatures. A live look over downtown. We are waking up around 61 degrees downtown, 60 in Sugar Land, but many of us in the 50s. About a 10 to 20 degree temperature difference compared to yesterday morning. Meanwhile, a few light sprinkles on radar, so grab your umbrella. We'll take a look at your forecast coming up after this break.
Black History.
Good morning. Your time is 5:11. We are waking up to a few light sprinkles in town, so grab your umbrella. You'll probably use your wipers on your drive-in as well, but it's nothing too heavy. You're going to see a little bit of wet pavement, but it shouldn't slow you down too much. Meanwhile, you can see those light scattered showers moving past Katy, getting closer to the 290 corridor. We have a higher chance of rain for our north counties today, lower chances as you work your way to the coast. As we get into the afternoon, the majority of the showers will be building into our north counties. Here in town, expect some light mist and maybe a light passing shower. We'll take a look at what we're expecting for your Thursday coming up.
Thank you, Britta. Governor Abbott will be in the Houston area today, encouraging voters to get out and hit the polls. Early voting officially underway across Texas for the March 3rd primary. This afternoon in Cypress, Governor Abbott will hold a Get Out and Vote event with Angelica Garcia, a candidate running for state representative in House District 132. The governor endorsed Garcia last August. Today's event will be held at Papa Charlie's Barbecue on Hempstead Road. It all starts at 12:15. A video inside of an operating room is now going viral.
Coming up, the video you have to see of a musician playing her violin while doctors removed a brain tumor.
And next, former Illinois Governor Rod Blagojevich back in Chicago this morning. What he said after President Trump commuted his sentence yesterday.
6 experts.
Good morning. Time right now is 5:15. Live look outside. Much cooler start to our Wednesday than we've had in recent days. We'll have your full forecast coming up in just a few moments. A principal of Livingston High School Academy has resigned, and a teacher was fired after an audit revealed an alleged cheating scandal at that school. The audit, which was conducted at the direction of the LISD superintendent, revealed substantial admission and academic policy violations. The teacher is accused of preparing blinders filled with test questions and answers for students to use while doing coursework and taking tests. The audit also found that students who otherwise would not have been qualified for enrollment were fraudulently admitted into the academy. The Texas Education Agency is now investigating.
5:16, President Trump is asserting his powers in a big way. He handed out a series of high-profile pardons, including one for former Illinois Governor Rod Blagojevich, who was surrounded by paparazzi last night as he was rushed into his Chicago home. Blagojevich's release comes 4 years before he was expected to go free. He was convicted in 2011 after being caught on tape trying to sell Barack Obama's vacated Senate seat, the former President Obama. President Trump called the punishment for Blagojevich excessive.
He'll be able to go back home with his family after serving 8 years in jail. That was a tremendously powerful, ridiculous sentence, in my opinion.
Blagojevich's hair still looks pretty good. I mean, it's gray now after getting out. President also, by the way, acknowledged he often makes Attorney General William Barr's job harder. Now, this comes days after Barr said in a television interview the president's tweets about the Justice Department, about cases, about staffers, really make it impossible for him to do his job. The Justice Department, though, is pushing back on rumors William Barr's thinking about resigning.
Time right now is 5:17. The hardest hit flood regions of Mississippi are bracing for more rain tonight. Authorities around Mississippi's capital city of Jackson warned hundreds of residents to stay away from the high water and not return home until they get the all clear. One of the big dangers are manhole covers that may have been moved by the swift currents.
There are channels under that manhole cover that'll just suck you in.
And there's no coming back from that.
There's no coming back.
Other parts of the South not faring too well either. More than 130 rivers and streams are at flood stage.
Well, in the Harvey Weinstein trial, jury deliberations resumed today. The jury's made up of 7 men and 5 women. It left without making a decision yesterday. They deliberated for about 5 hours. The judge told jurors you'll have to decide the credibility and the believability of the witnesses. Lauren Sivan is not part of the criminal trial, but has accused Weinstein of sexual misconduct. She says she's preparing for the worst.
As much as we would absolutely love to see a guilty verdict, and we are hoping for a guilty verdict, I think all of us are bracing ourselves that that might not be the outcome.
Weinstein has pleaded not guilty to 5 felony counts of sexual assault, including rape. If convicted of the most serious charges, Weinstein would face life in prison.
In the future of space, some thrill seekers who dream of flying to space and have really deep pockets might actually have a shot at doing this next year. SpaceX has signed a deal with Space Adventures that would send 4 people there aboard its Crew Dragon spacecraft. 4 passengers will spend 5 days in space and go further away from Earth than any astronaut has in decades. As of right now, there's no word on what the price tag will be, but a spokesperson says it should be along the lines of previous space flights, which ran into the tens of millions of dollars.
We've got a really cool video from the UK this morning. Surgeons there removed a musician's brain tumor while she played the violin. So here's the backstory. Dagmar Turner was diagnosed with a large brain tumor in 2013. During the operation, they woke her up to play her instrument to help the surgeons avoid damaging areas of her brain that were activated while she played. 90% of the tumor was removed, and Turner's now recovering.
Sharon Osbourne turning heads right now because of her new hair color.
Hey.
She looks totally different. Her stylist colored it platinum blonde, and she shared these before and after photos. Osbourne had been dyeing her hair that iconic dark red once a week for the past 18 years. Once a week, wow. The hairstylist says it took her a total of 8 hours to get these platinum blonde results.
Platinum blonde. See, initially I thought, well, she just let it go gray, and it looks great. But I guess it's the picture's worth 1,000 words. You can decide for yourself.
Totally different.
Yeah.
The first thing I thought of was Miranda Priestley.
Yes,
Devil Wears Prada.
Thought the same thing.
Looks good, though, I think.
She looks beautiful.
And she saves herself a lot of time every week.
That's a lot of time.
That's a lot of damage.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
As my son would say, that's a lot of damage.
Do you need to save us time on the roads?
No, we are crash-free. Got a few sprinkles out there, but they're not causing too many problems on the roads.
I mean, here we're sending him to Starbucks for us. Is just because there's no traffic.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Hey,
I'll take a chai tea. It'd be
Write
great.
down your orders. I'm headed out right after this next traffic
You already
segment.
got mine. You already got mine. You need something warm this morning, though, because we're waking up in the 50s. When you think about where we should be in February, it's not that cold. We typically would be waking up in the 40s, but because we woke up in the 70s yesterday, it's going to feel a little different. Let's take you outside. This is a live look over downtown thanks to our Kaplan Sinus Relief camera. We have temperatures generally in the 50s. That's where we're going to have it for the majority of the day. And yes, we're going to have these scattered showers. Right now, they're really light. We have a few showers in Fort Bend County, a few light sprinkles here in town. Shouldn't slow you down too much, but we'll see more rain as we go into the afternoon. We're at 54 degrees in Conroe, 55 in Tomball. Temperatures right now at the coast generally in the low 60s. And as I said, we're going to stay in the 50s for the majority of the day here in Houston, maybe topping off at 60 degrees. So what you feel outside right now is very similar to what you're going to feel as you go into the afternoon, with the exception of our rain chance going up to about 50–60%. But it's all about location. So I want to take you up into our coastal counties and also the metro area where we have a lower chance of rain today. So what you can expect here in Houston and our coastal counties is going to be that fine mist, a few light scattered showers. The best chance of rain is going to be after lunchtime. A different story for our north counties. We're anticipating light scattered showers this morning and then a steady rainfall this afternoon, cool temperatures in the 50s. So we'll have some higher rainfall totals for our north counties. What's happening is we have this north wind at the surface that's bringing that cool, drier air. But on top of that, look at all this moisture that is streaming in from the south and west. The cloud cover, those scattered showers, everything is moving in from the southwest, and that's riding up over that cool, dry air. That creates the overcast skies, the light, steady rainfall. Tomorrow we'll have drizzle, some cool temperatures in the 50s. It's not until Friday that we completely dry out. You'll feel some differences tomorrow night, but definitely by Friday we'll have temperatures in the 60s and a little more sunshine in our forecast. We're only anticipating about a ½ to an inch of rainfall. So again, no flooding concern, but it's going to be unsettled, pretty gloomy for today and also tomorrow. And then we get to bust out the sunshine for this weekend. Perfect timing with Mardi Gras moving in. We'll have a little bit of a weekend warm up, but still expect those cooler temperatures in the 60s.
All right, that's not too bad for this time of year. Looks like a good weekend coming up, Britta. Thank you. Time saver traffic now on this Wednesday. I hope you're getting a good start to your day. The West Loop at Westheimer flowing beautifully in both directions. Traffic continues to be light while we're in this particular spot. Remember that the West Loop northbound and southbound at the Southwest Freeway will have nightly closures 9 p.m. through 5 a.m. through March 2nd. So just bear that in mind. Could save you a few seconds, few minutes if this is part of your route in the evening or very early morning hours. All right, bigger picture. picture, we've got nothing going on, no crashes to deal with. So we've got a lot of green on the traffic map behind me. East Tex Freeway at Townsend, flowing beautifully around the Kingwood area, and then the Northwest Freeway at Tidwell in the Cypress area, same thing. In fact, your drive time into the 610 loop, northwest side of town from Cypress, only 15 minutes, so enjoy it while it does last. Your current drive times inbound from across the area, still looking perfect. Drive safely out there. Have a great Wednesday.
Thank you, Eric. Let the good times roll. Galveston's Mardi Gras celebration is not slowing down. We will be broadcasting the Knights of MOMUS Grand Night Parade live this Saturday night. You'll get to see all the amazing floats, talented bands roll through the city. All the fun starts at 6:30. We've got some breaking news to tell you about this morning, though. Iran is confirming its first 2 cases of the coronavirus. Still ahead, what's being done to help evacuees in San Antonio.
And I'm health reporter Haley Hernandez. Robotic technology could help relieve the suffering of children with epilepsy. Coming up, the new procedure available for the first time in Texas.
It's 5:27 now on Channel 2 News Today. We launched our Bells for Abigail series a few weeks ago, and we've already received dozens of videos from families celebrating their children's successful cancer fights. And we're doing this in tribute to honorary Freeport officer Abigail Arias. Today's featured cancer fighter is a courageous little girl named Jolene. A brave 5-year-old who battled Wilms tumor, the same cancer Abigail had. Jolene rang her end of treatment bell in August 2019. If you have a video you want to share, upload it to click2houston.com/bells for Abigail. Well, with just 3 days now from the Astros spring training game against the Nationals, the talk is still about the sign stealing. Coming up, we're going to hear from Aaron Judge of the Yankees. You care what Aaron Judge thinks? Well, guess what? You're going to hear it coming up.
Time saver traffic. Katy Freeway, Eldridge Parkway through the Energy Corridor, looking great. I'm scouring area freeways looking for problem spots. I'll let you know what I found coming up at the bottom of the hour. It's 2 minutes away.
And as you step outside, you're going to feel a little difference. We've cooled down considerably overnight. We'll take a look at your forecast coming up.
Live from KPRC, this is Channel 2 News Today.
Developing this morning, a lawsuit against the Army Corps of Engineers tossed. Now thousands of Houstonians are upset. What this means for them as they continue to recover from Hurricane Harvey.
Live look from Las Vegas, where the Democrats will make their case to voters ahead of the caucuses there. Bernie Sanders leading the pack at this point, but a lot of folks looking at Michael Bloomberg tonight. It's his first debate.
Breaking overnight, the first 2 cases of coronavirus confirmed in Iran. Now the state of Texas is helping evacuees in San Antonio, where they'll be monitored now. Good morning, and thanks for waking up with us. 5:30 now on a Wednesday. I'm Tanaya Wright.
I'm Owen Conflenti. It's the 19th of February. Eric will be along with the traffic shortly, though, but Britt is here to tell you it's a little bit cooler out there this morning.
Yeah, you're going to notice a little change of pace. Winter has returned. You know, when you look at our winter temperatures, typically we would wake up in the 40s, so it's not that cold, but it is definitely different from the 71 degrees that we had yesterday morning. So grab your coat, your umbrella. We're tracking a few showers here in town. This is all fairly light. You're going to see a little bit of wet pavement. Use your wipers, but it shouldn't slow you down too much. You can see these showers moving into the Jersey Village area, and then they're going to push onto the Tomball Parkway. Meanwhile, we're waking up to 57 degrees, so again, you're going to notice that difference. We're going to stay in the 50s for the majority of the day, maybe topping off at 60 degrees. And notice that our rain chances are going up as we go into the afternoon, but not for everyone. We have one spot that's going to see more rain than everyone else, Eric. We'll take a look at that still ahead.
All right, Britta, looking forward to that. Time saver traffic now on Wednesday. First of all, hope you're having a great Wednesday. Good morning to you. We are looking good out there. I've been looking at area freeways, and this is the biggest problem I can find right now. North Loop at Jensen, westbound, we've got a stalled vehicle on a right shoulder. Traffic getting by, no problem at all. When this is our biggest problem in the morning, we're doing just fine. I-10 East Freeway at Normandy, flowing nicely in both directions. Your reverse commute on the east side of town, both on I-10, 225 at around 15 minutes. That is delay-free, and your inbound commute on all major arteries around town, we are delay-free. 11 short minutes in from Pearland, 24 minutes in from Sugar Land, and that Baytown commute down I-10 is only going to take you 16 minutes to get from 3:30 into downtown. Drive safely this morning. Back to you.
All right, Eric, thank you. 5:32 developing this morning. Thousands of Houstonians are upset after a lawsuit against the Army Corps of Engineers was tossed out.
The department was sued. The lawsuit claiming it was liable for damage caused after it decided to release floodwaters from the Addicks and Barker dams into the area. Channel 2's Vincent Crivelli has read over the judge's ruling and now joins us now more for live from West Harris County. Vincent, good morning.
Tanaya, disappointment is how many homeowners are feeling this morning after this latest ruling. However, this litigious fight is far from over. A major setback for thousands of Hurricane Harvey victims. On Tuesday, Federal Claims Court Judge Lauren Smith ruled homeowners had no grounds to sue the government for property damage caused from water backed up above Addicks and Barker dams. Judge Smith ruled the government cannot be held liable because the flooding in the downstream area was caused by an act of God, which he classified as a once in 2,000 years event. He wrote the last such event occurred during the life of Jesus, so Smith made a motion to dismiss the lawsuit. The controversy last year, another judge from the same federal court ruled the Army Corps of Engineers was liable for property damage caused upstream. The attorneys representing the homeowner strongly disagreed with the latest ruling and wrote they will explore options to appeal it. And Judge Smith is holding a status conference next Wednesday regarding this latest ruling. Reporting live in West Harris County, Vincent Crivelli, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
Okay, Vincent, thank you. 5:34. Still tracking breaking news in Channel View. Deputies say a 17-year-old has died after being shot several times. The scene is near Rancho Grande Drive. It's still a very active scene, and the street is filled with evidence markers. Deputies found a teenager there with multiple gunshot wounds. They rushed him to the hospital where he died. They don't have a lot of information on what led up to the shooting, but they think at least 2 other people were involved. New this morning, a wild series of events unfold at a North Houston gas station, and it ended with a guy ramming a truck into a convenience store. So this was around 10 last night on the north side at a Texaco on Fulton at Berry, or near there. Officers were at the gas station when the suspect rammed the pump and then drove into the storefront. Police say the store owner shot at the truck while it was driving into the store.
A family of one of the people killed when a cement truck lost its load at Humble is now taking legal action. That incident happened just off Old Humble Road on Friday. LaTanya Earl, an award-winning gospel artist, was killed when another driver slid on that cement and then crashed right into her vehicle. Earl's family has filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Lattimore Materials Corporation, the company that operates that cement truck. The second driver, a 19-year-old, was also killed.
3 thieves are on the loose after police say they targeted a pawn shop in the Greenspoint area. 3 men with masks, and they were armed, too, when they broke into the Easy Pawn on Airline near Aldine Bender last night. They reportedly smashed the display cases and stole some jewelry, then got away in a silver Jeep. Thankfully, no one was hurt. 5:36 this morning. Iran has confirmed 2 cases of the coronavirus, the first in their country. This report did not elaborate on the patients who were infected. But meantime, closer to home, the Texas Center for Infectious Disease is helping out with the evacuees at San Antonio at the Air Force Base with this ongoing coronavirus crisis. The state facility will help those who are waiting for test results or have a confirmed case but don't require hospital care. The facility says at this point it won't release how many patients are there or any other specifics. The passengers who remained on the cruise ship in Japan have gotten off. The 2-week quarantine is over and, of course, has failed to stop the spread of the virus. The director of the hospital near Wuhan, China, is among those 2,000 who have died from coronavirus.
NASCAR racer Ryan Newman is awake and talking this morning with his family and doctors. The organization saying he's still being cared for right now at a hospital in Daytona Beach. Newman was injured after the fiery finish at the Daytona 500 on Monday. He was in the lead during that final lap when he derailed and then was smashed by another driver midair. It doesn't hold any value. That word from one of the biggest names in Major League Baseball today on the Astros' 2017 World Series title. Yankees outfielder Aaron Judge addressed the Astros sign-stealing scandal during spring training. He was the front-runner for the MVP award that Jose Altuve won in 2017. Now Judge is saying those titles have been diminished.
You know, whoever's the better player, better person, you know, comes out on top, you know, and, you know, you just lay it out there, and, you know, to know that another team had an advantage that, you know, nothing you can really guard against, I just don't feel like that's earned.
Retaliation rumors still running in the wake of all of this. Offshore sports book out with the odds on a variety of bets related to possible plunkings. Alex Bregman favored to get hit the most. Behind him, George Springer. MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred is continuing to condemn any attacks from other players.
I know there's going to be difficult situations, but I can't tell you that I have a magic bullet to prevent those issues. All we can do is get in front of the issue. We're really cognizant of it, and we're already taking steps to try to minimize those sorts of problems.
Manfred says he asked managers to work with their teams to prevent anything like this from happening, and that they will be working closely with the umpires.
It's 5:38 here at Channel 2 News today. It's a Wednesday morning. It's a little bit cooler out there. Britta, how are we doing?
Yeah, so we're not doing bad, but definitely a different change of pace. So yesterday we woke up in the 70s. Right now we're waking up in the 50s. It does feel cooler. Grab your coat. Do not forget your umbrella. We have a few light scattered showers here in town. Right now we're tracking some rain on the northeast side. So you're going to see some wet pavement. Use your wipers around East Houston and moving into Beaumont Place right along 90. Now we do have a higher chance of rain for our north counties. A 60% chance of rain. Most of this is going to be in the afternoon. We'll take a look at our Futurecast model and take you hour by hour coming up. Over to you, Eric.
All right, very good, Britta. Time saver traffic now, and things looking good on area freeways out there. We've got no issues going on, no crashes to speak of. The Beltway looking fine. This is the West Beltway at Richmond in the West Chase District. Very light traffic right now. Same thing on the other side of town, East Beltway. This is at I-10, flowing beautifully out there. We've got good visibility, a few sprinkles out there, but the roadways in general are in really good condition. So the Beltway is looking fine. Your inbound commute on all major arteries into town still delay free. So have a great drive into work if you're heading out shortly. Back to you.
Thank you, Eric. You've probably seen his political ads just about everywhere. But tonight, voters will see Michael Bloomberg on the debate stage for the very first time.
Ahead this morning, we'll get some analysis from a woman who used to work for him on what we might expect from Mike Bloomberg tonight. It's 5:40 here at Channel 2 News today.
Channel 2.
5:40, welcome back with Decision 2020. So Bernie Sanders is the Democratic frontrunner right now, according to an NBC News poll. But tied in third with Senator Elizabeth Warren is billionaire and former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg.
NBC News senior business correspondent Stephanie Ruhle joining us now live from New York, and she actually used to work for Bloomberg. Stephanie, this is going to be the first time he's facing the other Democrats after qualifying for tonight's debate in Las Vegas. How is this going to potentially change the dynamic on the debate stage?
Listen, it's going to be huge. I used to work at the media company that Mayor Bloomberg owns, Bloomberg Television. But for him, he has spent $400 million. That's a big number, with a massive ad campaign that has created the momentum that now has him in third in the polls. But tonight is going to be the first uncontrolled, unscripted test for him in this election. Up until now, he's been arguing on Twitter and in produced ads that he is the contender who can take down Donald Trump. Now, those other contenders are chomping at the bit to go after his extreme wealth, the money he has spent, and the aspects of his unsavory record where they're saying now we're finally on even footing on a stage and he shouldn't be here with us. This is his test. Can he show America he's got the charisma, the chops to take on these contenders and eventually take on President Trump? That remains to be seen.
You know, and one of the nice things for him, at least in the campaign, when it comes to ads, those are generally unopposed. So now you got to go up, you know, mano a mano against the next person on stage. Stephanie, how do you think he handles those attacks about his wealth or about stop and frisk, for example?
Listen, we'll soon find out. He has a lot of endorsements already, even from the mayor of Houston. But as far as his wealth, Mayor Bloomberg would argue that what he's done, especially if you look at his philanthropic organization, is massive. He would argue that because he's not out there raising money, he doesn't owe anyone anything. But his record, whether it's the comments he's made against women in the last few years or specifically stop and frisk, this will be his time to try to show the American people that the policies he's putting forward, whether it's criminal justice reform, whether it's economic empowerment, education empowerment, specifically for the African American community, can he prove to the American people those things he said might not sound good, but the things he will do are significantly better? And we don't know.
One last thing I'm just curious about before you go, and it's, I guess, more business policy, but I'd always heard something about Bloomberg and Bloomberg Media, and he was totally against closed-door meetings. Do you know anything about that? Is that true?
I definitely do. Mayor Bloomberg, his company at least, supports an idea known as radical transparency. So there aren't any titles there. The entire company basically looks like a newsroom or a trading floor. And the idea there is no privacy. And in terms of no privacy, it's creating a true meritocracy. No junior people have less of a say than senior people. Even the conference rooms only have 3 walls. He believes a completely open environment is how you share the most ideas and how those good ideas make their way to the top.
I just want to make it clear, I'm not pitching for him, but I just thought that was interesting and some insight into how he approaches business and maybe whatever else comes his way in life, whether it's the presidency or whatnot.
I'm not pitching either, but I'll certainly say it's a different environment.
Thank you, Stephanie. Really appreciate the time this morning. Don't forget that today's show will have extensive team coverage of this coming up here at 7 o'clock because NBC has the debate tonight, so it'll be moderated by those folks you may know on your screen, including Lester Holt and the rest of the gang.
And our very own Sion Rhodes also in Nevada covering tonight's debate. We will hear from her coming up at 6:30. Well, it's that time of week again. We are going to introduce you to an outstanding high school senior.
Coming up, who's received this week's senior scholarship?
And hello, it's the news you've been waiting for. Adele announcing an album coming out in 2020. When it's going to drop.
Hello.
Next.
And good morning, everyone. I'm health reporter Haley Hernandez. Up next, the new technology available at a local hospital that might help reduce the suffering children endure with epilepsy. Time now, 5:45.
On you.
Good morning. I'm Haley Hernandez with this morning's health headlines. For the first time in Houston, doctors are using a robot to diagnose the parts of the brain that are causing seizures in a minimally invasive way. I have video. This is video sent to me from inside the operating room during the first procedure at Children's Memorial Hermann. The hospital tells me this technique should help children suffering from epilepsy. Doctors say 1 out of every 900 kids have it and don't respond to medication. Sometimes they have to wait an average of 20 years before surgery. Memorial Hermann says this robot should reduce that wait. A new form of fasting is encouraging people to restrict all calories from food and liquids. It's called dry fasting, and any health professional is going to tell you this is dangerous. The extreme diet doesn't even allow water for extended periods, which can lead to dehydration and other complications like urinary and kidney problems. I know everybody here is like, why would you do that?
Yeah, don't do that.
You may also experience headaches, tiredness, and fainting. Vitamin and mineral deficiencies are also associated with this type of diet. All right, Valentine's Day may have passed, but love is in the air. A recent report from Eligibility Medicare shows rising online dating and STD rates among, wait for it, baby boomers. Study results show that up to 15% of 55 to 64-year-olds believe dating sites are the best places to meet someone to date, and 57% are comfortable using the sites. The study also shows STD rates in baby boomers doubled in a few short years.
Did they kind of go through that already once before?
I think so. I think just as people get older, then we're always surprised that older people are getting the gonorrhea.
As more of them get smartphones.
Gonorrhea alone nearly tripled from 2014 to 2018. in the age group. Now, coming up in today's Am I Doing This Right series, a look at what's inside your makeup bag and what needs to be cleaned. Lipstick, hard to reach areas. Yeah, I've got all the answers coming up at 6:40.
Okay. Ooh, can't wait to hear that one.
Yeah, we know it's in there, but I'll tell you, all the things you probably haven't thought to clean.
Do we want to know what's in there is the question.
How often to clean?
Yes.
Yep, exactly.
Ooh. Thank you, Haley. Let's go to Britta now with a check on the forecast. Big changes out there.
Yeah, definitely. Feeling a little cool out there, so make sure you grab your coat and also your umbrella. This is a live look from our tower camera. Here at Channel 2 News, we have overcast skies, a few light sprinkles working their way through, and we're at 57 degrees. Now, that's not terribly cold, but yesterday we woke up to 71 degrees. So this is a 10 to 20 degree temperature difference compared to yesterday morning. There's a look at those light sprinkles crossing town again. They are fairly light, but we'll see more rain as we go into the afternoon. No your rain chances going up to about 60%, but it's all about location, location, location. Temperature-wise, expect temperatures to be staying in the 50s. So here's what I'm talking about with the location part. Here in the metro area, expect light mist today, a few light scattered showers, but notice what happens in our north counties as we go into the afternoon. We're going to build in some steady rainfall. So again, higher rain chances north of town. They're anticipating about an inch of rainfall, so no flooding concern, but definitely unsettled weather. Let's transfer into tomorrow morning. All of us waking up to some wet roads, temperatures in the 50s. We'll have more rain to deal with during the morning commute tomorrow, and then it tapers off as we go into the afternoon. As we transfer into Friday, we start to clear out the skies. So again, we're looking unsettled for today and tomorrow, but then we're looking pretty good. What's happening is we have a north wind at the surface. That's a cooler, drier air, but look at where all the moisture is coming from. All these showers and clouds streaming in from the southwest. It's riding over that cool and dry air, and that creates the overcast skies, the light rainfall, that mist and drizzle. It finally clears out for Friday as this ridge of high pressure moves in, and that produces some really nice weekend weather. Yes, it's going to be cool, but temperatures will start to warm up back to the 60s. Most importantly, we're dry. For today and tomorrow, we're anticipating about a quarter to a half an inch of rainfall here in the metro area, about an inch for our north counties. There's a full look at that 10-day forecast. Eric, because we are going to clear out the skies, it's going to be a cold start to Friday, but we're heading into a beautiful weekend.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to the weekend, Britta. Very good. We've got Mardi Gras, a lot going on here around town. Time saver traffic. We've got to get through the work week before we get to the weekend, so let's get you out the door knowing what you need to know. South Freeway 288 beginning to pick up as far as traffic goes, but overall your drive time still at 12 minutes, so minimal delays here, which is good news for your Pearline commuters if you're heading out the door shortly. We are incident free, no crashes to speak of around town, so a lot of green on the area map. Northwest Freeway, Spring Cypress looking great in the Cypress area. Tomball Parkway at Louetta, same thing. We've got traffic beginning to build a little bit, but it's still very, very light out there. The only place where I'm seeing stuff start to build a little bit, some stop and go traffic. This is on the North Freeway inbound at Gulf Bank. See some tail lights here, some brake lights. It is getting a little congested, but there are no accidents to speak of on this particular road. Outbound drive times, both on the North Freeway and on the Katy Freeway, looking good right now, and your inbound drive times still in the green across the board. Drive safely out there. Back to you.
Thank you, Eric. Actor Ben Affleck is opening up, calling his divorce from Jennifer Gardner the biggest regret of his life. He recently spoke with the New York Times about how his battle with alcoholism played into the end of his marriage. Affleck sought help in 2001, 2017, and 2018. He says it's important that he does not obsess over the failures and the relapses.
Adele fans, she said, expect my album in September.
It's coming.
There you go. Yes, the British singer-songwriter recently made the announcement after officiating a friend's wedding, putting the rumors to rest about new music in 2020. The rumor's been circulating for a while, so now you know it is September. She hasn't said anything else about it, though. That's all we know.
We will see.
All right, let's talk about today's consumer headlines. It turns out HQ trivia will live on.
And for some people, Peeps are a staple at Easter time. You now have 7 new flavors to try out, including chocolate pudding Peeps and root beer float Peeps. Right. Something for everyone. Peeps also thinking outside of the candy box. It's teaming up with Kellogg's for a Peeps marshmallow cereal. And it's even partnering with International Delight for a Peeps flavored coffee creamer. All right.
The viral app HQ Trivia may have been saved at the last minute. The mobile game show allowed players to play free trivia games and win prize money. And last Friday, the app's CEO said the company ran out of cash and a deal with the buyer fell through. They were close to shutting down, but then they found a new buyer over the weekend. He didn't reveal who it was, but just said that HQ will live on, and they're still hammering out the deal. So we're 155 days away from the opening ceremony of the 2020 Summer Games in Tokyo. Mattel announcing a new line of Barbies. We'll show you what they look like. Coming up here on Channel 2 News Today, it's 5 minutes to 6.
Sleep.
Trending just before 6, Barbie is ready for the Olympics. Mattel released a new line of dolls ahead of the 2020 Summer Games in Tokyo. Each doll comes with an outfit and equipment necessary to excel at their chosen sports, such as surfing, as you see here, sport climbing or skateboarding. Those events all make their debut in this year's Olympic Games. The dolls will be available nationwide in March.
Things seem to just go better when mom is there to cheer you on. Doesn't matter if you're 32 years old and in the National Hockey League. It's a tradition of the NHL to have players' parents tag along with their kids on the road trips. Well, Tuesday night when Carolina took on Nashville, the Hurricanes had their moms in tow. Marlene Reimer, mother of Carolina goaltender James Reimer, got the fun started in the locker room with a pregame pep talk, and she read out the starting lineup.
And number 74, Jacob Slavin. And in net, number 34, Peter Mrazek.
Hurricanes went on to beat the Predators 4-1.
Live from KPRC, this is Channel 2 News Today.
We have breaking news: a teenager gunned down in a late-night shooting. A tragic update this morning about that teenager and the search for the shooter.
Decision 2020 takes over Sin City, but what happens in Vegas won't be staying in Vegas tonight.
A big change in the air this morning. Winter's coming back. It's not freezing out there, but it's a little chillier than yesterday. And you want to find out when the rain is coming along. Good morning to you on this Wednesday now at 6 o'clock. I'm Owen Conflenti.
Good morning. I'm Tanaya Wright. Eric is in checking the road. So how are we at 6 o'clock? It's been fairly light so far.
Yeah, up to now, we've been absolutely fine. Crash-free. We continue to be crash-free. We've got a little bit of rain on the radar, but the roadways look fine. No fog. So we're in good condition to get through that 6 o'clock hour accident-free if everybody just plays along nicely.
We are hoping.
No mistakes. You. Yeah. You definitely want to grab your coat and your umbrella. You're going to feel the difference this morning. It's not overly cold, but yesterday we woke up at 71 degrees. We're in the 50s right now. Definitely a cool down. So there's a live look over downtown. We do have some light scattered showers across town, and we're expecting more as we go into the afternoon. Look at exact track radar. As Eric said, it's fairly light. You are going to see, a few roads that are damp, but no major downpour by any means. You can work your way through this. We have some scattered showers right on top of 249 moving through Highland Heights, and then we'll also take a trip down towards the southeast side. Just a few light sprinkles around Deer Park and moving into Galena Park. Again, we're going to have more rain filter in as we go into the afternoon. We're waking up to 56 degrees here in town, 59 in Sugar Land, low 60s in Pearland. Our temperatures aren't really going to change very much either. We're expecting them to stay in the 50s for the majority of the day, maybe topping off at 60 degrees. Now, Eric, I'm expecting those rain chances to go up to 50 to 60% in the afternoon, but there's a higher chance of rain for one spot here in southeast Texas. We'll talk about who the lucky winner is coming up. Over to you.
All right, we'll find out in just a few minutes. Time saver traffic now. It is Wednesday. We're midway through the week. I hope you're having a great morning so far. As far as weather goes, yeah, a little in the way of sprinkles out there, but the roadways are still in pretty good shape. We are seeing volumes begin to increase. So Gulf Freeway, Escott, if you're heading into downtown inside the 610 Loop, it is a little on the slow side. No crash to deal with on this particular section of roadway, but it is beginning to slow down just because of the number of cars on the road. Same thing for the North Freeway approaching the Shepherd Curve. This is West Mount Houston. Stop and go traffic here. And then finally 288, same story coming in from Pearland. We're starting to see those delays creep into the picture. Although this shot here at Airport, traffic still looking pretty good on the way inbound. The taillights you saw there were the traffic inbound. 4-minute delay in from Pearland, 28 minutes in from the Woodlands. And on that Gulf Freeway, we're looking at a 25-minute ride in from Nassau Road 1. Drive safely out there. Back to you.
All right, Eric, thank you. 6:02. Breaking news this morning, a teenager is dead, gunned down in northeast Harris County.
Deputies say they did everything they could to try and save that teen when they found him. Channel 2's Sophia Ojeda joins us now live from right near the scene this morning. So, Sophia, tell us what happened.
Good morning, guys. I just spoke with Harris County Sheriff Ed Gonzalez. He says that teenager, that 17-year-old, sadly died early this morning, and he was just a few weeks away from turning 18 years old. This is where that shooting happened. This is the cul-de-sac here at Miracolina and Rio Torcido. The sheriff says at least 2 men shot the teenager several times. There were bullets everywhere. Evidence markers covered the road here. A deputy was able to apply 2 tourniquets once he arrived to try to save the teen's life. Sheriff says this is just awful for the family.
You know, our condolences and prayers are with the family as they're going through this situation. And it's obviously difficult for everyone, so we're just going to try to get to the bottom of it.
Again, that teenager was rushed to the hospital where he later died. No word yet on what caused this shooting, if the teenager was targeted or if he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. We're working to find out that information. But sheriff says they are looking for the shooters. There are still no information on those suspects. So if anyone has any information, call the Harris County Sheriff's Office. Reporting live in Channel View, Sophia Okita, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
Thank you, Sophia. We've got some more breaking news this morning. Several juveniles are in custody. Another still on the run right now after a police chase ended in a crash in North Houston. Police say this all stems from a carjacking that happened yesterday. Officers say they spotted a van that matched the description and pulled it over right on Spears and Antoine. As officers were arresting the driver, we're told a passenger jumped into the driver's seat and then sped off. During that chase, we're told 2 other passengers hopped out and they were detained. Police say the driver ended up crashing out at Blue Ash Drive and got away. Stolen items and cash were found inside of that van. 6:04 right now. The countdown is on. The final preps are underway for the 9th Democratic debate in Las Vegas tonight. Among those in the debate tonight, for the first time, Michael Bloomberg. The New York mayor has spent millions of dollars on his campaign. That is a move that the other candidates are not too fond of.
You know, Mr. Bloomberg has every right in the world to run for president of the United States. He's an American citizen. But I don't think he has the right to buy this election.
Coming up at 6:15, NBC's Tracy Potts breaks down more on tonight's debate and what to expect in tonight's showdown.
Former Illinois Governor Rod Blagojevich is back home after having his prison sentence commuted by President Trump. Blago served 8 years of a 14-year sentence after being convicted of extorting a children's hospital for campaign donations. He also tried to sell former President Obama's old Senate seat after the former president won the White House. Before his flight to Chicago, he opened up about the president freeing him despite political differences.
Well, President Trump is the one who did this, and I'm, like I said, profoundly grateful. My gratitude is forever, and he's got obviously a big fan in me. And if you're asking me what my party affiliation is, I'm a Trumpocrat.
Blagojevich is expected to speak publicly today. He says he's missed his wife, his kids, and home.
Time right now is coming up on 6:06 this morning. Jury selection is expected to begin today in the murder trial of Robert Durst in Los Angeles. The real estate tycoon is accused of killing his friend, Susan Berman. She was found shot to death at her home in Beverly Hills in 2000. If convicted in her death, Durst could be sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
More flooding is expected in parts of Mississippi as heavy rain rolls through the area today. Parts of the state have been underwater since the weekend when the Pearl River overflowed near Jackson. Locals are still being told to avoid going home until the state gives the all clear. The Pearl River, that is not expected to reach a moderate flood level until this weekend.
In California, a tragedy overnight. One firefighter is dead, another still missing right now after a fire at the Porterville Library. As of right now, it's not clear what led to this tragedy while battling the fire. But the Porterville fire chief says that the building was older and did not have a sprinkler system. The cause of that fire remains under investigation. Guess what day it is?
Hump Day?
Hump Day. But it's also a really good day for one local student.
Yeah. Coming up, the third edition of this year's Scholarship Surprise is going down. Britta, we'll have the big winner coming up next.
Oh, I'm so excited to see this week's student. This morning, you want to make sure you grab your coat and your umbrella for all of you students going to school. We are tracking some scattered showers and much cooler temperatures. Eric, we're in the 50s this morning. A look at your forecast coming up.
All right, in the 50s, you may need your umbrellas today, but right now roadways are looking pretty good, even though we have a few sprinkles out there. Katy Freeway behind me looking great at Fry Road. We'll take a look at your other morning commute route coming up in just a few minutes. Stay with us.
Good morning. Your time is 6:09. We are tracking some scattered showers across the area. Nothing too heavy, but you'll have to use your wipers, and you will see a few wet roads this morning. Let's take you on the north side along the North Beltway. You can see some showers, especially around Aldine and also Hawthorne Place. Those are going to be pushing onto the East Tex Freeway over the next 5 to 10 minutes. Temperatures are cool. Yesterday we woke up in the 70s. Right now we're in the 50s. So this is a 10 to 20 degree temperature difference. As we go into the afternoon, expected to stay in the 50s. So it's going to be a rather cool day, and our rain chances are going up later today. I'll take a look at that coming up next. Owen?
All right, Britta, thanks. 10 minutes after 6 now. It's that time of the morning and that time of the week when we get to introduce you to another outstanding high school senior.
Of course, the really fun part is that we actually get to go surprise that student with $2,500 for college. This week's KPRC Texas Mattress Maker Scholarship winner is ranked 5th in her class of nearly 800 students. She received an impressive Gold Award in Girl Scouts, and she says one day she's going to be headed to law school. We got to head up to Cy-Fair ISD for this week's Scholarship Surprise. We're here at Jersey Village High School, home of the Falcons, to surprise a very deserving senior.
I hear she just finished her calculus test, so let's go deliver the good news.
So hi guys, my name's Tanaya and I'm from KPRC, and this is Rachel from Texas Mattress Makers, and we are here to surprise a very deserving senior with a $2,500 scholarship. So let's give a round of applause to Rachel Delina. Congratulations. Come on up. Come up here. Were you surprised?
Yes, I was like, what's going on?
You want to major in something pretty impressive.
Yes, I'm planning on majoring in neuroscience and then going on the pre-law track.
You were in the Girl Scouts and you achieved a pretty high award. Tell us about that.
What I did was I pretty much created a program at my school called What the Heck Are You Majoring In? And it just helps students, figure out their passions, because, a lot of times students go to college and they don't really know what they're doing, and they spend a lot of time trying to figure that out. And I wanted to, help students kind of start crossing things off of their list.
Let's give her another round of applause, guys.
Hi, my name is Rachel Delina, and I am a KPRC Texas Mattress Makers Scholarship winner.
It is so fun getting to surprise them, and you see their face when you turn the check around, it's their name. She was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Well, she is awaiting a few more college decisions before choosing where she'll go, but wherever she lands, she certainly has really big things in her future. So again, congratulations to Rachel and Jersey Village High School.
All of our students that are considered for the KPRC Texas Mattress Maker Senior Scholarship have been nominated by their schools. Keep up with our winners throughout the semester at click2houston.com/scholarships.
Coming up, she's known for making a big statement with her music and her outfits, but Lizzo's latest red carpet dress might be her sweetest one yet.
Plus, the royal rift is still going down with Buckingham Palace, but they may be feuding over next with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. It's 6:13 here at Channel 2 News Today.
U.S. Attorney General William Barr could be throwing in the towel soon. That's the word after news broke he's apparently considered resigning due to President Trump's interference in the Justice Department cases. That comes after President Trump publicly commented on the case against his friend, Roger Stone. The Justice Department denies Barr has any plans to resign. We are now just hours away from the 9th Democratic presidential debate. This time, there is one new candidate on the stage. NBC's Tracy Potts is live now in Washington with more on how the top 5 has now become the top 6. Tracy.
Hi, Tanaya. And that number 6, Michael Bloomberg, will be on the national stage tonight for the first time after just qualifying to get into this, his first debate. He'll be asked likely about all the money he's spending out of his own pocket, hundreds of millions of dollars. Lots of candidates have pointed that out, but also controversial policies and even business relationships that Michael Bloomberg will now have to answer for now that he's on that national stage. He is not, however, on the ballot in Nevada. This debate previews the caucus on Saturday, where Nevada voters will get to say who they support. And our new NBC News Wall Street Journal poll shows that Bloomberg goes in tied at third with Elizabeth Warren. In second place nationally, former Vice President Joe Biden, but he's been slipping in the last month. And the front runner going into the debate tonight, Bernie Sanders, with a double-digit lead. Tanaya?
All right, thank you, Tracy. And of course, you can watch that debate right here on Channel 2.
616. What exactly makes a royal a royal? It's up to the Queen?
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, this is the question regarding Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Can we even call him the prince anymore? Turns out even Buckingham Palace is a little confused. Harry and Meghan want to keep making money through their brand, Sussex Royal. But last month, they said they were going to stop using their titles. Buckingham Palace is working on how to handle that. So it's likely they'll be dropping Royal from the brand. So maybe it'll be just Sussex. We'll
see.
Houston music queen, she's taken the world by storm, but specifically the Brit Awards in London. Check out Lizzo with a wild fashion statement, having a dress that looks like a Hershey bar wrapper. She posted this on Instagram with the best kind of chocolate. But the chocolate theme didn't stop there. Check out her bejeweled clutch. Looked like an unwrapped chocolate bar.
Always making a statement. She is. Wow.
Very creative, too.
She is very creative. All right, time now is 6:17 on a Wednesday. Eric, how are we looking on the roads?
We've got our first accident of the morning, and it's on a freeway that you don't want to have an accident on, the 288.
Had to be that.
Yeah, so with all the construction, with a heavy, the large number of cars that run up that freeway into downtown, it is going to cause problems. The question is just how bad. We'll talk about that.
This is not where you want to have an issue.
No.
Thankfully, weather is fairly quiet, but a big change. So yesterday we were waking up warm and muggy in the 70s. Now we're in the 50s, so grab your coat. You also want your umbrella. Thankfully, the rain this morning we can easily take on. It's not going to slow you down too much. We're just talking about some light sprinkles. It's a live look at the Southwest Freeway from our tower camera. We're waking up to the mid-50s on the southwest side. We're at 56 degrees currently at Bush Airport. Our showers are very light, but they're across town. You're going to have to use your wipers. You might see a little bit of wet pavement. Temperatures right now in Galveston at 64 degrees. Our rain chances, they're going up later today, so do not forget your umbrella, because if you're not using it this morning, you'll likely need it as we go into the afternoon. And temperatures going up to 60 degrees. Now, there is a certain spot in town that's going to see more rain than everyone else, and that's in our north counties. First, let's take you through the morning. So getting the kids out the door, we are going to see these light spotty showers, a few sprinkles, temperatures remaining cool. It's going to stay in the 50s for the whole day, so make sure that they wear long pants, they have their jacket with them. Notice that with the time we're in the afternoon, we have a lot more steady rain for our north counties. I think we're going to see more than what the Futurecast model is showing for us here in the metro area, but we're talking about sprinkles, light rainfall, some mist. Nothing heavy is really expected here in the metro area. Now, as we go into the overnight, the rain starts to really push in from the north. Waking up tomorrow morning, we're going to see more rain than what we're seeing right now. So the Thursday morning commute is going to be more wet. We'll probably have more issues because of the weather. We'll continue to see those scattered showers across town. Notice by Thursday afternoon, though, we slowly start to dry out. It's still going to be chilly in the 50s, but we'll see dry air filtering in for Thursday night, and then we're looking pretty good for Friday into the weekend. The weather setup is kind of interesting. We have that north wind, so cool and dry air at the surface, but look at what's happening on the satellite and radar. We're working in all this warm moisture on top of that from the southwest. So with that warm moisture riding over that cool north breeze, it creates the overcast skies, the gloomy weather, and those steady rain showers. That will be leaving for Friday into the weekend. A ridge of high pressure moves in. It really really provides beautiful weather. Our temperatures will remain cool, but we're looking pretty good in terms of sunshine. We're anticipating a ½ to an inch of rainfall for today and tomorrow. So again, no flooding concern, just inconvenient rain showers. Let's take you through your 10-day forecast. Eric, when we clear out the skies, that's going to allow those temperatures to really drop. Take a look at Friday morning, mid to upper 30s. It's going to be a cold start, but we'll have a little bit of a warm up back to the 60s for this weekend.
All right, Britta, thank you very much. Not a bad weekend coming up. Looking forward to it. Time check for traffic now. I said that we had our first accident of the morning on the South Freeway. Hey, I've got good news for you. They've already cleared it. It must have been a very light one. The accident was right at Holly Hall, inbound just inside the 610 loop. You can see on our Holly Hall camera, courtesy of Houston TransStar, we have traffic flowing, so that is a good thing. Heading into downtown, though, beginning now, you can expect delays coming in from the Pearland area. That's just the way things go this time in the morning. Gulf Freeway at Monroe, looking pretty good. A little sluggish as you're heading into the 610 loop, but nothing out of the ordinary. 24 miles per hour current speed on that stretch of road. And finally, the East 6 Freeway, a little bit slow coming in just inside the Beltway. You can see inbound the tail lights here on the right side of the road. This is at Greens Bayou. Overall, though, we're still looking at pretty good drive times out there. No other accidents besides that previous one on 288. It is 17 minutes in from Pearland, so a bit of a delay, 7 minutes there. 29 minutes in from Katy, and that Kingwood Drive right now, 32 minutes. Drive safely.
All right, Eric, thank you. 6:21 right now. Hollywood is mourning actress Janae Dubois. She died at the age of 74. Dubois played the vivacious neighbor Willona Woods on the hit show Good Times and composed and sang Moving On Up, the iconic theme song for the Jeffersons. Police in Glendale, California said they received a report about her death late Monday. She appeared to have died of natural causes. No investigation is ongoing.
It's one of the most divisive topics in politics.
But it's a high point for businesses in Colorado. Channel 2's Maribel Aber live with us in New York.
Colorado is ringing up big sales of cannabis. I'll have all the numbers and how much tax revenue the state's pulling in. That's coming up. Stay with us.
6:24 this morning, a high point for Colorado with cannabis business booming. Plus new concerns for Boeing and the MAX jet scandal. Let's check in with Maribel live at the NASDAQ. Good morning.
Good morning, Owen. Boeing has found foreign object debris in the fuel tanks of some 737 MAX jets. This is according to CNBC. The jets have not yet been delivered to airlines and are sitting in storage while fleets remain grounded. The Boeing plans to inspect all the undelivered 737 MAX jets and says the discovery of the debris will not impact the plane's return to service. Colorado has set a new state record for cannabis sales last year. The state rang up almost $1.7 billion in sales, according to the Colorado Department of Revenue data. That's a 13% jump over 2018, and the surge marks a turnaround after a period of sluggish sales. Colorado took in more than $300 million in tax revenue from the sales last year. That's latest in biz. Back over to you, Owen and Tanaya.
I wonder how much of that's local and tourism, you know, when you split it up. All right, Maribel, we'll see you tomorrow. Appreciate it.
All right, well, there are some good news this morning for NASCAR racer Ryan Newman.
Coming up, how he's doing in the hospital after that fiery end to the Daytona 500.
And I'm health reporter Haley Hernandez. Makeup powders, lipsticks, eyelash curlers. You may have never cleaned these things, and they're just as dirty as your makeup brushes. What you can do about it, coming up.
All right, time safe for traffic. Fred Hartman Bridge looking good. Not many cars out there. We're moving along at posted speeds. That's what we like to see. We'll check out area roadways around the rest of Houston. Right now, though, Britta, surfaces looking pretty good out there.
Really good to see that. We are tracking a few sprinkles, some rain over downtown, so we'll let you know where you're going to be battling a little bit of wet pavement this morning. On top of that, talk about a big cool down. 70s yesterday. We're in the 50s right now. Details on your forecast straight ahead.
Live from KPRC, this is Channel 2 News Today.
Developing this morning, a stunning decision impacting thousands of Houstonians why the Hurricane Harvey flooding case against the Army Corps of Engineers has been thrown out.
Winter is back. Kind of. How long the cold is going to stick around before the warmth comes rushing back this week.
And we've got a warning about an email that may be sitting in your inbox right now, who it looks like it's from, and what scammers are trying to get from you this time.
Interesting. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for waking up with us. 6:30 now on a Wednesday morning. I'm Tanaya Wright.
Good morning. I'm Owen Conflenti. Eric Brait is with us. How are we doing?
We're doing very well. We had an accident that lasted about 15 minutes on the South Freeway, so it didn't cause major problems there. And right now we are crash-free, so the only thing we're seeing is, more cars on the road, slower traffic, and we'll report on that in just 2 seconds.
That's not a bad Wednesday. We are tracking a few light sprinkles across town. We have rain in the forecast for the day, so grab your umbrella, also grab your coat. So we've had a big drop in temperatures. The good news is it's not really cold. It's just a change of pace. I mean, yesterday we're in the 70s. Right now we're in the 50s. It's a live look over downtown where we do have some scattered showers moving through. It's nothing terribly heavy. You can definitely work through it, but just make sure that you pay attention to the wet roads. You can see the showers right over the Beltway and the Loop and then stretching out towards the East Freeway, pushing into Baytown. So there's a nice tight look at the Loop. Again, you're going to see the wet conditions over uptown and then moving into downtown. Temperatures 56 degrees right now, 64 in Galveston, mid-50s in Katy. It's going to be in the 50s for the majority of the day. So what you feel outside this morning is very similar to what you're going to feel as you go into the afternoon, with the exception of the rain chances. Notice that they are going up, but you have a higher chance of rain if you live in one spot in Southeast Texas. We'll let you know who coming up. Over to you, Eric.
All right, Britta, thank you very much. Time saver traffic on a Wednesday. If you're getting ready to head out the door shortly, you can pace yourself because right now we are dealing with nothing out of the ordinary as far as area traffic goes. On the east side of town, we're looking good both on 225 and I-10. It is a little slow on I-10 inbound inside the 610 loop. We've got the construction around Waco going on, so that is causing a little bit in the way of delays. But overall, 225 at Underwood, fine looking traffic there. Still not very busy, both inbound and outbound. I-10 East Freeway at Wayside. This is what I was talking about. Kind of stop and go traffic inside the 610 loop. Overall, your drive times on the outbound side of things around 17 minutes on both freeways, and the inbound drive time on the east side of town about a 25-minute drive in from Baytown. Normal volume delays elsewhere around town. Have a great morning. Drive safely.
Okay, Eric, thank you. 6:32 now, developing this morning. Stunning news for thousands of folks still recovering from the devastating effects of Hurricane Harvey.
A judge has thrown out a case against the Army Corps of Engineers over when they flooded thousands of homes and businesses. Channel 2's Vincent Crivelli is in West Houston this morning with the very latest on this development. Vincent, good morning.
Tanaya, let me break it down. The judge ruled the floodwater caused by the dams backing up was an act of God, not the government's fault. In the 19-page opinion, U.S. federal claims judge Lawrence Smith made it clear he thought a lawsuit blaming the Army Corps of Engineers for property damage during Hurricane Harvey was absurd. Smith ruled homeowners had no basis to sue the government for property damage caused from water backing up from the Addicks and Barker dams. In the opinion, Judge Smith wrote the flooding in the downstream area was caused by an act of God, which he categorized as a once-in-2,000 years event. He wrote the last such event occurred during the life of Jesus. However, his ruling wasn't in line with a previous ruling. Last year, another judge with the same federal court ruled the Army Corps of Engineers was liable for property damage caused upstream. Judge Smith made a motion to dismiss the lawsuit. However, the attorneys representing the homeowners vowed to appeal his ruling. And litigation is far from over. Judge Smith is holding a status conference next Wednesday regarding his latest ruling. Reporting live in West Harris County, Vincent Crivelli, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
Thank you, Vincent. Some breaking news now. A really close call for two Houston police officers on the city's south side. Investigators say someone shot at their patrol car with an AK-47. Officers were chasing two cars on Lydia and Spring Hill Street, but they lost them. Then gunshots were fired just moments later. The officers took cover and no one was injured. Investigators say they later found those two cars abandoned. 3 people were taken in for questioning.
New this morning, a store clerk fires back after police say a man intentionally rammed into a gas pump and then the front of the convenience store in North Houston. Here's a live look at the damage this morning. This is Fulton near Berry. Police say officers were at the gas station when the suspect rammed the gas pump and drove into the front of the store. The store owner shot at the truck as it was approaching.
Turning now to Decision 2020. The final preps are now underway for the 9th Democratic debate tonight in Las Vegas. 6 candidates will take the stage, but one of them is showing a big lead in the recent national polls. Channel 2's Sion Rhodes is in Las Vegas with what we can expect tonight.
This 9th Democratic debate featuring a smaller slate of candidates, but there will be a new face on stage for the very first time. For the first time since he entered the race, former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg will be on a debate stage. It'll be the first time he's come face-to-face with his opponents after coming under increasing scrutiny for his record in New York City.
With the boys, I lost my...
Former Vice President Joe Biden, in desperate need of a big win, hosting a last-minute effort to get support.
And people are coming out, making their desire for a change known.
The latest NBC News Wall Street Journal poll shows Senator Bernie Sanders leading the pack, with Biden, Bloomberg, and Elizabeth Warren in a three-way tie for second. And for the first time ever, there is early voting for Nevada caucus. So by the time these candidates reach the stage, many people watching at home here in Nevada will have already made up their minds and cast their ballot. In Las Vegas, Sion Rhodes, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
Thank you, Sion. And you will be able to see more on the debate with Sion today on Channel 2 and clicktohouston.com. Just stay with us all afternoon for those live reports from Las Vegas. Jury deliberations continue today in the high-profile rape trial of disgraced Hollywood producer Harvey Weinstein. With virtually no physical evidence, the jurors were advised that they'd have to decide on the credibility of the witnesses. Weinstein has pleaded not guilty to 5 counts of sexual assault. He claims that any encounters were consensual.
To the latest now on the coronavirus and the state's efforts to help contain the virus. The Texas Center for Infectious Disease is now offering its tuberculosis treatment facility for those patients. The facility is in San Antonio, where the evacuees from China have been flown. The state says the facility is already in use. It just didn't say how many patients might be there. Overseas, the death toll has passed 2,000. Only 6 of those victims are from outside China. Infections passed the number 75,000. Overnight, Iran announced it now has 2 cases of coronavirus, first in that country. Yesterday, U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo called the virus a problem of global scale. The statement broke rank from China, which says things are under control, and the World Health Organization, which has praised China on its efforts. Well, there's good news this morning for NASCAR driver Ryan Newman following Monday's violent crash at the end of the Daytona 500. He's reportedly been awake and talking in the hospital. The longtime driver's being treated, that is, in Daytona Beach. Early on, it wasn't clear how badly Newman was hurt. They only said he did not have life-threatening injuries. In a statement from his managers, they wrote, "Ryan and his family appreciate the concern and the heartfelt messages." They did not go into any more detail about his injuries.
Hollywood star Ben Affleck is now opening up this week about his failed marriage to Jennifer Garner and his history of alcohol abuse. In a New York Times interview, Affleck says that his biggest regret is their divorce and that his battle with alcohol has been a long one. That interview dropped just ahead of the March release of his new movie, The Way Back, which is a story about a man going through rehab.
6:38 now, Channel 2 News Today. Britta is here with a cooler morning today.
Yeah, definitely a change of pace. We're tracking a few scattered showers with our cooler temperatures. Grab your umbrella and also your coat. Right now, our showers are not going to slow you down too much, but you are going to have to use your wipers and you're going to have to pay attention to a few slick roads. We're tracking the rain right over downtown, moving up towards 90 and also the East Freeway. So you're going to see some rain if you're moving in from Sheldon. Meanwhile, what we can expect for the rest of the day kind of depends on where you live. So the metro area down to the coast, we have lower rain chances south of I-10. Most of you will experience some mist, a little bit of sprinkles, an isolated shower, and temperatures in the 50s. Our north counties, you have a higher chance of rain today, especially compared to us here in Houston. You're expecting some scattered showers before lunch and then a steady rainfall pushing in for later tonight. We'll take a look at how much rain we're expecting and what the weekend holds coming up. Over to you.
All right, Britta, thank you very much. We're starting to see stop-and-go traffic in all the usual places around this morning. We're crash-free on area freeways. That is always a good thing. Southwest Freeway through the Beltway looking good, but as you approach 610, we've got a backup getting into 610. 32 minutes right now from State Highway 99. This is the Grand Parkway into downtown, and here is that sluggish traffic right around the West Park Tollway curve heading into 610, but it is still flowing, and that's always a good thing. North Freeway is looking sluggish at West Road. Always a problem here approaching the Shepherd Curve. Here are your current inbound drive times. That North Freeway drive in from the Woodlands, 38 minutes. Drive safely out there.
Thank you, Eric. Get ready, Cougs fans. Their 2020 football schedule is now out.
Yeah, coming up, who will face in the season opener?
And coming up, are you doing this right? We're talking about when to clean your makeup and the products you might never have thought to clean.
Hey, last week we shared which fees and bills you can negotiate, and many of you have saved hundreds of dollars by taking the steps we highlighted. I'm consumer expert Amy Davis. We're going to share some success stories coming up. It's not too late for you to do it. A consumer alert this morning about an email that appears to be from Amazon, but it's really phishing for your credit card information. We know some of you have received it, and so did I. I even almost fell for it. I just ordered something from Amazon, and then the next time I checked my email, I saw this. Check it out. The Amazon logo is at the top of the email, and it reads in bold, "Your Amazon Prime membership will not renew." Then we're writing to let you know that the payment for Amazon Prime membership has been declined. Please revise your payment details. It says if they can't process the charge for my membership, my Prime account will be suspended. Then there's a button I can click to verify my membership. Don't click it. This is a classic example of a scam artist phishing for your information. And guess what? Our household account's not even in my name, so good try. I'm not going to do it, but I almost did, and you should not click on that either. Hey, last Thursday, right here on the show, we showed you how to get some of your monthly bills lowered and which companies are most likely to negotiate with you. And a lot of you went right out and did it. Sarah emailed me that she just got her DirecTV bill lowered from $180 a month to $125 by talking to the loyalty team. That's a $55 a month savings every month and $660 over a year. Joe from Tomball wrote that he renegotiated his Comcast bill from $239 to $184, and he keeps all the same services. He did have to sign a 2-year contract, but nothing changes for him basically. So good work. It's just that phone call.
Yeah, you just have to ask.
Yeah, ask, and there were some other steps. So we'll repost our story from last week, but I'm glad a lot of people followed through.
Good, saving money, Amy. Thanks. Hey, you can spend that money at the Cougs football games. The schedule is out for the upcoming season. Came out the same day practice began. So they open the season against the Rice Owls. That's a Thursday game. Put it on your calendar. Cougs versus Owls, September 3rd.
Female baseball coach who once helped lead the Corpus Christi Hooks, which is the Astros AA team, has now landed a huge new job. Rachel Blachowicz is the first full-time female hitting coach in Major League Baseball, and she's doing it for the Yankees. She says she did not even get a call until she changed her name on her resume from Rachel to Ray. She says she hopes that her journey will empower others to break down the barriers.
Well, then I heard Rachel Ray, and I got thinking about food. But isn't this a great story, though? I mean, it's incredible. So.
Yes, congratulations to her.
And good luck in the upcoming season. 6:44 now. How's the traffic out there, Eric?
Things are looking good. I don't want to jinx anyone out there, but we continue to be accident-free. I'm going to check things while Britta's doing her weather. Hopefully, we remain accident-free when I give my update here in just a couple of minutes. But no, things are looking fine.
Yeah, and that's not bad for 6:45. We've had a little change overnight, so if you're just waking up, you haven't stepped outside yet, grab your coat and your umbrella. Winter has arrived. The good news is it's not really awfully cold air, but it's a big change from yesterday. This time yesterday morning, we were waking up in the 70s. We've dropped about 20 degrees across southeast Texas, and we're in the 50s, so it's going to feel considerably cooler. We're tracking some scattered showers across town. They're all fairly light, but you want to make sure that you grab your umbrella and don't be caught off guard. You're going to see a little bit of wet pavement, especially right within the loop, and then stretching up towards 90, moving into Sheldon and also Crosby. We're going to see more rain as we go into the afternoon. That's the best chance of rain as we go throughout the day. It's going to be after lunchtime. Temperatures across the area generally in the 50s. That's where we're going to be for the majority of the day. So what you feel this morning is what you're really going to be feeling as we go to the afternoon. Notice this afternoon, I'll increase our rain chance to about 50 to 60%, but it really depends on where you live. So take a look at our Futurecast model hour by hour. This is lunchtime. I think we're going to see more than what the Futurecast is showing. But here in the metro area, it's going to be some light scattered showers, sprinkles, light mist. The steady rainfall is going to be in our north counties, and you can see that on our Futurecast model. As we go into the overnight, that rain starts to push southward, and as we wake up tomorrow morning, all of us are dealing with some steady rainfall. So I think we'll see more weather impacts for the morning commute tomorrow compared to this morning. As we go to Thursday afternoon, we slowly start to dry things out. Notice the temperatures are still chilly in the 50s, but we'll have some dry air moving in for Thursday night, and then we are rain free Friday into the weekend. The weather setup is pretty interesting. So we have a north wind at the surface. surface. That's cool and dry. But look at the satellite and radar. We have all these clouds and also rain showers pushing in from the southwest. That warm air is riding over the cooler air at the surface, and that's creating those gloomy skies. It's out of here by Friday. So look at your weekend forecast. It is going to be cool, but I mean, really beautiful stuff, Eric. We'll have chilly starts, beautiful afternoons in the 60s, and then we'll start next week off in the 70s.
All right, looks like a good weekend coming up. Looking forward to it, Britta. Gulf Freeway at El Dorado, recently expanded freeway through this part of town. And yeah, traffic is loving it. We have free-flowing traffic here on this part of the freeway. You get into the 610 loop and things are a little bit different. It is kind of stop and go there, but enjoy this stretch of road anyway. Katy Freeway, Studemont, a little slow heading into town inside the 610 loop, but we don't have any crashes. In fact, we are crash-free across the board here in Houston. And at 647, that is something to say. West Loop at Westheimer, sluggish, but still delay-free in terms of crashes. We do have overnight closures on the West Loop right at the Southwest Freeway. It is from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. The freeway is closed there. Be aware of that. You will face delays if you try that area after 9 o'clock. Elsewhere, just normal volume delays out there. Drive times continue to be decent, so you don't have to rush out the door to beat the traffic. 40 minutes in from the Woodlands, 37 in from Katy, and a 36-minute drive in from Sugar Land. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Eric. Galveston's Mardi Gras celebration not slowing down. In fact, the city is gearing up for a huge weekend, and Channel 2 is playing a very important role. We'll be broadcasting the Knights of MOMUS Grand Night Parade live this Saturday night. You'll be able to see all the amazing floats and talented bands roll through the city. The fun kicks off at 6:30 right here on Channel 2. Now, continuing our series, Am I Doing This Right? Today, we're going to look at ways that bacteria is infecting beauty products, and it could actually be the culprit of any skin problems you have.
Health reporter Haley Hernandez with how to recognize the problem products and when we should be cleaning this stuff.
Yeah, good morning, guys. So every time that you touch your fingers to your face or brushes from skin to makeup and makeup back to skin, you're transferring bacteria with all of that. So we asked skin experts how to keep beauty products clean. Are you doing it right? All day long, you talk, drink, eat, and bacteria is in your mouth. All the while, you're layering on lipsticks. So did you ever think that bacteria is covering the surface of this stick? Dermatologists say this is basically a toothbrush, and chances are some of you have been reapplying with them for years. Same goes for when you stick your fingers inside jars of lotion, exfoliators, masks, and creams. And chances are the inside of your makeup bag is keeping all of the germs alive and thriving.
You can spread bacteria from your hands. You can spread bacteria from your makeup, which is why we always advocate do not share your makeup with anyone.
But studies show you can clean your makeup to remove these germs with products like this Cinema Secrets. It's antibacterial and quick drying. Or go DIY with a spray bottle and alcohol. Spray powders, tools, makeup bags, liners, and lipstick. For lash curlers or pencil sharpeners, use alcohol on a Q-tip to get inside these hard-to-reach areas. And remember, makeup does have an expiration date.
Eye products, 3 months to 6 months max, and if it smells at all, toss it out. That's the sign that bacteria is growing. Same thing with liquid foundations, 3 to 6 months. Now, powders, eyeshadows, they can go on for a year or more.
And when cleaning brushes and sponges, submerge in warm water and soap until the water runs clean. The doctor says you should repeat that routine. Guess how long, guys? Every week.
For your brushes?
Not gonna happen.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people let a lot longer time slip by, but that's how you prevent bacteria from just growing and growing and growing.
Oof. Don't look in my makeup bag then.
All right, so it's time to set the reminder. Coming up, final check of traffic and weather. It is 6:50 right now on Channel 2 News Today.
Arts. Breaking this morning, a 17-year-old is dead after he was shot several times in Northeast Harris County.
We're told a deputy tried to save him before he was taken to the hospital. Our Sophia Ojeda is in the location where the teen was shot. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, guys. The first deputy that arrived on the scene tried to save that teenager's life. He was able to apply a tourniquet, 2 tourniquets, but The boy did not make it. Now, that shooting happened here at the cul-de-sac of Miracolina and Rio Torcido. The sheriff says at least 2 men shot the teenager several times late last night. There were bullets everywhere. Evidence markers covered the road. That 17-year-old had a birthday coming up. The sheriff tells us he was just weeks away from turning 18 years old. Now, no word if the teen was targeted or what was the motive behind this shooting. If it was a case of wrong identity, Harris County Sheriff's asking anybody with any information to call them. Reporting live in Northeast Houston, Sophia Ojeda, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
Thank you, Sophia. Look at our other top stories. A lawsuit against the Army Corps of Engineers over when they flooded thousands of homes and businesses during Hurricane Harvey is out. The judge ruled the flooding was an act of God and not the government's fault. A status conference will be held next Wednesday on the ruling.
I've looked for a convenience store on the north side, Fulton near Barry, where police say a man intentionally ran into a gas pump, not ran, but drove a vehicle into a gas pump and then drove into the storefront. The store owner shot at the truck as it approached.
Bernie Sanders is leading the Democrats right now in the polls ahead of tonight's debate in Las Vegas. Joe Biden is in second and tied for third, Elizabeth Warren and Michael Bloomberg. It is going to be the first time that Bloomberg will be on the debate stage. It all starts right here on Channel 2 at 8. The Today Show is coming up next.
Now let's get a preview with Hoda. She is live from New York. Good morning.
Owen, hey Tanaya, good morning guys. Coming up on today, former Illinois Governor Rod Blagojevich released from prison overnight. He's one of 11 convicted criminals granted clemency by President Trump. We're going to break down the controversy surrounding the president's decision. Also ahead, an update on NASCAR driver Ryan Newman. He's awake and talking this morning after that terrifying crash in Monday's Daytona 500 as other drivers praise the safety changes that likely saved his life. And you guys, you've been waiting for it, and it is here finally. Today's Best in Show. We chose 6 finalists from the thousands of submissions, and this morning we are going to crown the winner in our first ever Dawn competition. So we have a winner who the judges select, and then we're also going to have a voting for folks at home. So we're going to actually have 2 winners, so you guys can go online and vote for that when we see you guys in just a bit.
That was going to be my next question, was how are we even going to pick from all these adorable dogs?
I know, right?
They're so cute.
Like the big wrinkly face.
I know. I like the pug with the pizza we just showed. You want a little snack?
Yeah, the pug's a front runner, guys.
He's a cutie. All right, thank you, Hoda. Let's go to Eric now with the check on the roads. Good morning.
Good morning to you tonight, and good morning to you at home. I hope your day's going well. Northwest Freeway, we have a new accident. It's a minor one. As you're approaching Beltway 8, you can see in the inset right here, exit lane is blocked here. It is causing a little bit of backup, so let's check out our Jones Road camera on the Northwest Freeway, and you can see what you're dealing with if it's going to change. There it goes. Yeah, a little stop-and-go traffic leading into the Beltway. So just bear that in mind. Give yourselves a couple extra minutes if you are coming in from the northwest side of town on 290. 288 is a slow go inside the Beltway. Typical stuff here. We don't have any accident. It is just your normal delays coming in from the Pearland area. North side of town, North Freeway, 18 miles per hour as you approach the Shepherd Curve. Nothing too out of the ordinary there either. In fact, your drive times across the board looking good with a real lack of accidents around town. 42 minutes in from the Woodlands, that 26-minute ride in from Pearland, now 27, and a 32-minute ride up the Gulf Freeway to downtown. Britta?
Thanks, Eric. You want to make sure you grab your coat and your umbrella. A little bit of a change since we last talked yesterday morning. So we woke up in the 70s yesterday. We're in the 50s right now. So it's not awfully cold, but definitely cooler by about 20 degrees. We are tracking some scattered showers across town. It's going to be fairly light here in town, but our north counties will pick up about an inch of rain as they do have a higher chance of rain for our north counties. This afternoon will be generally in the 50s, topping off around 60 degrees. We're not going to clear out the skies until Friday, but look at that weekend. Fantastic.
Good.
And it's chocolate mint day.
Delicious.